my own conclusion a year after, and I'm just in a much better place
Very
mentally.
powerful.
And
Very
that's the thing that's
powerful.
powerful. Look, if you have a condition, it can give you hope that, well, if I lower my body burden, the condition might get better or resolved itself. We never, like, all chronic conditions have one component of it that is causal through the environment. That's not even a radical thing to say. At
No.
least if you have lead exposure, it can impact your pancreas, it can impact blood sugar, it can impact Alzheimer's. Like, we know all these things,
Mhm.
but the science is severely lacking to make the link between all these different environmental toxins, how they play with each other, and then how that in turn will impact your risk of chronic disease. But if we
Correct.
push the chronic disease aside, how are you underperforming in your life? I realized, oh my God, I was like mildly excited about projects, going through the motions. uh, I mean, it was, I have to tell you, Danielle, and that's not something, it's kind of, it's almost funny because we talk almost every month,
Yeah.
sometimes just to organize things and business meetings, but we haven't, updated each other, but about me personally. But at one point, I had to rewatch the movie and I cried because I realized, where was I?
Where I was. Yep. That
It's powerful. It's only after the fact,
yeah.
once once your brain fog lifts, you have to deal with the fact that, like, why was I behaving a certain way, like feeling depressed,
Oh my gosh.
not answering people for weeks because I felt overwhelmed, and maybe not being as present with my wife as I wanted to be, and being mildly happy at a maximum and mildly unhappy most of the time. And I'm like, what's wrong with me, right?
Yeah.
Like, I just, because if your brain is not online, in me as an entrepreneur, I have to deal with my business growth, with my personal organizations. Like, no one looks after me, no one
Right.
pays me a salary, so I have a
Right.
stressful life, and I have
Right.
to be on to be able to grow each aspect. And I wasn't really doing a good job at it all, and I was feeling quite overwhelmed, even through the video shoot and everything. It's just, I was dealing with so many things in this sort of anxious energy, and now I'm just in a much better place where, to be fair, I'm not necessarily calmer. I feel like I'm getting
But that's
overexcited
you.
about
But no,
research.
that's
That's
your
like the passion.
personality. Yeah.
But I'm able to just show up more in
Yes.
every single aspect of my life. And that is not curing a disease per
No.
se or anything like that, but it's precious. It's something that I think everyone listening to this probably want for themselves.
Yes. Do you know how many guys, and in fact, I just dropped 2 podcasts that are one guy's name is Stark and one guy's name is Chip. And they both talk about this for men. They're both like, I have a business, I'm a high performer, I have a wife, I have kids, I have all this stuff, and their pressure. And they were like, I didn't realize how bad I was until I was better because you get there slowly, right? The decline is almost imperceptible. It's like, I'm moodier, I'm a little more tired. And then you have people like, oh, you're getting older. Oh, you're getting in your 30s. Oh, you're getting in your 40s. And all of a sudden you're just like, this is me now. You know, you almost like look back at an old picture and be like, oh yeah, I used to be so much more whatever, energetic. But when you come out on the other side of it, you really feel it because you're doing it somewhat quickly where the decline's very long and sloggy, you know? And like both of the guys said this separately. They're like, I wish I didn't wait so long. I wish I didn't wait till I was broken. Like that was the gift that you got. You were on a slow decline, but you weren't broken. You caught it and you were like, okay, yeah. I'm like, and now you're like, whoa, I didn't even realize how bad I was. When I talk to regular people, they're all sluggish. Why is everyone, I say they're propping their eyes up with Adderall and coffee. And, you know, we're not meant to lose our, like, I've had people like, it's between the bun with cheese. I'm like, a hamburger? They're like, yeah, I want a hamburger. They can't think of the word. Like,
Mm.
like you said, you can't think of your friend's name. You can't think, and you're like, your brain's not working, but you're like, what's going on with me? You know, it's not normal. It's not normal. And
Yeah.
it can be very, very different. And the movie's amazing at showing that.